Welcome back, everybody, to Skyvale here on DementiaCraft SMP, where today I'm going to be putting in over 40 hours worth of work transforming this Viking village into an even cooler Viking village. It's going to be amazing. This is one of my biggest projects yet. If you guys like that content, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And guess what, guys? Here I am, right here at the Tree of Remembrance. I'm starting off this episode hot, baby, because I have so much stuff to do, and I wanted to say hello to all the new subscribers. What's up, guys? I'm so thankful for each and every one of you, and I cannot wait to show you guys what I've done today. Now, in my last video, I really just put together the shell of the whole village. I just wanted to get the exteriors up, get an idea what I'm working with, so that I can go through and do all the details and make it really, really pop. So, I think that the best thing we can do is just to ride on over and let's just get started, you know? I think, SKOL! Ha ha ha, SKOL! That's what they say. Is that just a Minnesota Viking thing? Or is that a real Viking thing? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Let's just get started. Let's just go. So I've spent a ton of time here in my Viking village, but you know, I've got a lot of work to do. I've got a lot of things I need to take care of, and I've put together a really sweet list. And here's the list. Show forth the list. Editor. Number 1. I'm going to design the Dark Forest of Gundvangen right here in the Njarderheimer Valley. I'm getting really good at this. Njarderheimer. That may not be right. It feels right though. So once I've got this forest put together, the next thing I'm gonna do is I need a really cool road structure. You know me. I can't deal with these lame roads and paths through here. Number 3, I want to go ahead and build some like carts and stalls, you know, like vending area for all of the people here in town for them to sell all their goods. And I want to put up some walls up and down through the roads here. And then the last thing I just need to do some detail stuff, you know, just all the tiny little details that's really going to pull this place together. So I think let's just go ahead. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm out of here. I've got work to do, just like a Viking should. SKOL! Another beautiful day here in Skyvale. So much work to be done, so many trees to be built. First of many shulker monsters on this build. Now, I wanted to build an oak forest, so I used spruce as accent, the slabs and the stairs, and I stuck with an oak wood. And I made sure to leave space whenever, you know, air inside of the build. It's the best thing you can do with trees. And also, building on the diagonals. For the leaves themselves, I use oak leaves and I use acacia, which is a little bit lighter, but it adds just like a little bit of extra accent and a little bit of pop. So once I had a rough design, I just went ahead and threw together like 300 of them. Okay, I am really falling in love with this place so far. I've been using a bunch of my favorite blocks, you know, just like oak leaves. I've sprinkled in some acacia in there, but I just feel like... Come on, boy. I just feel like it needs a little bit more color. You know, I've tried to keep each tree a little bit individual, put a little bit of thought into them. I've lit them up with like things like the lanterns and stuff. I think this area through here needs a little splash of color. So I went ahead and gathered up a bunch of like azalea, birch leaves, and things like that. I think I'm gonna put together a really cool like little birch area that's kind of flowing out through this way, and then maybe up the hillside there. But you know, let's just keep going. I'm really liking this area so far. So let's just keep building. Forward! SKOL! Alright, now I decided that we needed a pop of color over here in this corner, so I used diorite as my accent, and I used the birch logs, and with the leaves, I used the birch leaves, and also I used some of the azalea leaves. If you get a chance, slow down, baby. Take a look at that sunset. Ooh, gorgeous. But I went ahead and built a few more of these guys. You know, it just adds a little bit of flavor over here in this corner, and that way it's just not all looking muddy. So I decided after putting those birches in over there, like a little birch section, I decided to throw a few of the normal oaks here inside of the village itself, but I feel like I'm missing a centerpiece. Like, there's just something big. This whole place needs something big, something to really pop and catch your eye. So let's build one of these. I used Adobe AI to create this storyboard. Please enjoy my lore. In the uncharted lands of Skyvale, a brave group of explorers embarked on a quest to discover a fabled treasure, the God Tree, whispered to be the dwelling place of ancient deities. The Vikings explored through jungles, through the plains. One of the explorers said excitedly, "We must press on. The God Tree lies just beyond these woods. I know it. It's awaiting our discovery." So the Vikings carried on, and eventually their journey led them to a hidden clearing, finally, where the God Tree stood tall, a beacon of power and mystique, beckoning the brave souls who dared to seek its presence. The Viking explorers set to work, clearing the area around the God Tree and laying the foundations for a new settlement. The Viking leader says, "Here beneath the watchful gaze of our old gods, we shall build our new home. Let us honor this sacred site and forge a town worthy of its divine presence." Over time, the Viking explorers began constructing sturdy buildings, fortified walls, and bustling streets around the base of the God Tree, their efforts fueled by determination and reverence. With each hammer strike and stone laid, the town grew and prospered, its inhabitants finding solace and strength in the protective embrace of the God Tree. And so, amidst the untamed wilderness, a thriving community arose, united by their shared reverence for ancient powers that dwelled within the sacred grove. For in the heart of this vibrant settlement, the God Tree stands as a symbol of hope, prosperity, and the eternal connection between mankind and the old gods. Alright guys, the God Tree, she's done. I'm really happy with how it's turned out so far. Do you guys like my lore? I think that adding a little bit of flavor and story to every single thing that you build in this game just adds a whole new dimension to it, you know? And it's just the kind of the player I am, you know what I'm saying? SKOL! So let's go take a quick look at our God Tree. I really wanted this tree to signify almost like a magical presence to this area. You know, these people are woodworkers. They're building ships for the trade and stuff like that, and they need some type of magical host or almost an old god to, protect and to bless their work. And I think this tree turned out great. Maybe a little bit bigger, maybe too big. I don't know. What do you guys think? I need a really good name for this tree, like a really cool name. You guys write it down in the comments there, and I'll pick up the best one. But I think what we have to do now is finish the rest of our forest. Oh my gosh, I have so many trees to build. Oh, SKOL! Okay, this place is starting to feel spectacular. Look at all the work I've done around here. I'm not going to show it all yet because I've still got way more stuff to do. I think Next, we really need to figure out what type of road we're going to use around here. So let's swing right down here. Perfect landing. Ouchie. Where am I? Oh, tree. So with somebody on the server earlier, we went through and I kind of flattened out the idea of what I want my paths to look like in this town. Originally, I was going to do some stonework as well, but she was like, oh, hold on. She was like, oh, Darcy, there's no stoneworks in the Viking Village. So, I'm not going to do any stonework in the Viking Village. Just kidding. Oh, it's getting dark. But as you guys can tell, I've got this great assortment of like podzol. I'm using these mud bricks and I'm transitioning into coarse dirt and into packed mud. And now with the paths, I went with the packed mud. I love this palette that I'm using. The mud bricks. I also use coarse dirt, and I also use a lot of podzol just to accent the outsides of the path. And I just winged it. I had fun. I used the stone bricks as steps. And, when you get your head down, you accidentally may clip an iron golem, and dear Lord, do these boys hit hard. What? Too shabby! If I did not have that totem, I would be so embarrassed. What a horrible death message that would be. But I shall get my revenge. Safely from a roof, like a coward. Ha ha ha! Take that, golem. Back to pathing. So many paths. Oh my gosh, but they look so good. And then I made some like lampposts as accents with the mud brick walls, some of the slabs, and then I also used some of the mangrove roots as just like some textures around the outside, and of course some of the spruce trappies. We've got a ton of work done so far here. Look how good these roads look. Come on, let's go take a peek. So, I just kind of filled in the edges here with coarse dirt, kept the path the same. Really, I designed these like little lamp posts, and then I was like, oh, I need a more pop of this cyan color. So I developed 2 different types of banners. This guy, and over here, this guy too. Oh, it's like a cool deer cyan thing here. It's getting so dark and scary. I should probably go to sleep. I'm sure somebody else will, because you know what? There's like 12 people online right now. It is so busy. So much fun. Uh-oh. Oh! Oh! Now with the stalls, I originally had an idea that I wanted this to be a boat stall, but as I started building, I just fell in love with this whole theme. Lops swang by and started just doing lop stuff, just general chaos. But of course he had encouraging words, and it's always nice to have somebody else around, an extra eye whenever I'm building. Now my main man Austin swang by, and it was just a merry gathering. Look at all of us, just a bunch of boys. The boys hanging out in a Viking village, eating mutton, lops throwing an Look at that invisibility potion. Did you know it did that to horses? That's so funny. Oh yes, sir, please. I'll have 14 mutton legs and a flagon of ale. I think I'm gonna have to hire Austin. He's a pretty good chef. Back to work! Now on the back side here, I wanted to throw a few more stalls together. This one is more like a blacksmith feel with a sort of slanted roof. I was trying also to experiment, but I used lots of little details, some redstone stuff to just make the whole area look real cool. On the back end here, I wanted to add in a few little details that weren't stalls. This one is a cart that I found on TikTok. I'll post the link down in the description there. Why are these guys I'm building? Sir, please move. God, I'm trying to finish this video. Accent. You guys like these banners? They are so neat. I've been messing around with the armor stand mod, and I have really fallen in love with all the tiny little details you can throw in. You can create people as like guards. I use it to put items on surfaces, and then you can hide the armor stand, just to add little details and accents to builds. Just little things that catch your eye. I made my favorite bartender over here. I even gave him a little glass so he could serve all of his patrons. And of course, my favorite kidder, my favorite kitty on the server. Look at this handsome boy. Oh, he's out of shot though. Oh man, I moved him. Hold on. Wait, come back. Let me just move you into place. Right there. There. Perfect. Oh, you look so cute. What perfect. Meow. Consider subscribing. Meow. My gosh, look at this little barbecue I made. Oh, look at all the customers. Look, everybody wants to get them some. Hold on, boys. Hibachi's almost open. I need a sweet name for this place. Give me an awesome name for a Viking barbecue establishment. This should be bro. Personal space. You know what? Working with these villagers has been a nightmare. Quick run around. Let's go look at all the new stalls I built. I finished off the front side of the librarians area here. It's where they like to sleep and do their business at. So I made like a little nook, you know? Haven't gotten the interiors yet done. Now this little guy over here, look at this little man. Look, I know. Look how hungry you are. You're welcome. Look, there's some fish for you. Okay, made it into kind of like a blacksmith area. All kinds of cool tools out there, and big fireplace in the back there blasting off. Off to the side here is a little cartographer's guild area. Oh, of course, I decided to put together a really cool, look at this little scarecrow. Stay out of my garden, crows. Stay out of my garden. Right over here, I decided to put together a little bar. Look at this little bartender. Look how so handsome. Look, he's got a little drink ready for me. Thank you, sir. Thank you. And for some of the interior work here in the Stonemasons Guild, I wanted the big accent to be a cool fireplace. So I used all the same blocks that they said. Dude, come on, I am so busy trying to build. If there's a theme to this video, it is number 1, SKOL, and number 2, I should not have released all of these villagers and stuff early because they have been a nuisance since the first moment I started recording this video. But look at this cool, look at these cool stairs. I came around the backside. Just texturing everything up, adding shadows to the corners. I'm really happy with how this fireplace turned out. I didn't want to make it too tall, but I think that it is just the right accent to this piece. SKOL. We did it. We did it. SKOL! SKOL! I'm so happy with how all of this turned out. I don't even have the words to describe what I've done. Let's just go over there and take a quick peek. Come forth, my stallion! So you could kind of see like the makings of a little path here, but that's gonna have to be for another day because this is taking me so much time. Look at how great this entrance is. Oh, it's popping. It's popping, y'all. Okay. So like I said, I had to do a little bit of interior work. So the first thing I really wanted to work on was right here, the stonemason. Oh, come on. Look how good this looks. So I did some like potted plants. It kind of got overgrown in each corner. I did some cool bookshelves and like went through and enchanted some individual books to give some touch. I used the armor stands, and you can actually use them as a tool rack. This is a game changer. Look how cool these things look hanging on the wall. Love them. And of course, this big, huge, the big centerpiece is this fireplace. I love it. Love it so much. I've used basically all of the things that these people trade me, these stonemasons. So it made a lot of sense to just kind of build the whole thing out of it. And another place that I was able to get done interior-wise. Oh, this place is looking so good. Can you believe it? Oh, So right here outside the librarian's area, I threw together just like a little area, you know, clean it up, got rid of their beds, added like little workstations, some cauldrons, some cool lights, and some plants, some overgrown plants, and definitely bookshelves, some more armor stand stuff, and just a nice safe place for all my librarians to work. You got anything good, sir? Oh no, I need to work on you. I'll be back. I'll be back. Thank you so much again. Oh, by the way, I got a new horn! Yes! Yes! I didn't find it though. It was Hen. Thank you, Hen. You're the greatest. But guys, listen. Thank you so much for checking out this episode again. I am really happy with how this build has turned out so far. I'm in love with it. This may just be my new base. I cannot stand it. I love it so much. If you love it too, hit that subscribe button, man. Come on, check me out. I've got so much bigger plans. I've got so many things I plan on getting done. And listen, I'm gonna change the world one block at a time. But anyways, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next time. SKOL! Is that even a real Viking word? I am still not sure. I do not know. What are the rules?